BlackRock is not joking anymore. The market is slowly recovering today. Shiba Inu finally stopped bleeding. The entire crypto space is going insane. BlackRock just stepped out of nowhere and bought millions. Analysts are dropping their signals. Shiba Inu might finally thrive like never before. But will this be enough? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Today's a good day for the Shiba Inu community. After what felt like an endless struggle, the price has finally temporarily stopped dipping and is actually moving up. It's not a massive jump, but it's a big deal, especially considering how rough the past few days have been. Shiba Inu kept slipping lower and lower, but today, the script has flipped. The price held strong, even gaining some ground, and that's giving investors a reason to breathe a little easier. Confidence is creeping back in. People aren't as nervous about making their moves, and things are finally looking steady. If you check out the past week's chart, you'll see that Shiba Inu is actually stabilizing, which is exactly what the community needed right now. It's a sign that the storm might be settling. And for investors, that's a pretty good place to be. But here's where things get really interesting. One analyst pointed out something mind-blowing, something that most people might have missed at first glance. Thanks to data from Into the Block, we now know that big Shiba Inu holders, those massive whales that control a significant chunk of the supply, had a drastic slowdown in their inflows and outflows over the last 24 hours. We're talking about a stunning drop of over 80% in overall movement. At first, that might sound concerning, but if you dig a little deeper, the real story is actually bullish. Despite this big slowdown in activity, the net flow, the actual difference between how much Shiba Inu was coming in versus going out, flipped in a positive direction. Just a day ago, outflows were significantly higher, meaning whales were sending more Shiba Inu away than they were bringing in. But now, that gap has closed in a big way. The numbers show that even with less movement overall, the balance has shifted toward accumulation rather than selling, and that's huge. It means the big players, the ones who truly move the market, aren't dumping. In fact, they're quietly stacking up more Shiba Inu, while the price is still relatively low. That's a textbook sign of confidence. When whales accumulate instead of offloading their holdings, it usually signals that they see potential for a strong move upward. They're not panicking. They're positioning themselves for what could be the next big run. But wait. I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. Something massive also happened today with BlackRock. And this isn't just some random news, it's one of the signs that could push Shiba Inu to pump hard. Want to know the details? We'll get to that, but first, let's talk about the big update from the Shiba Inu dev team. Because this could be a game changer. They just launched the Karma system on the Shibarium test network, PuppyNet, and it's exactly what the community needed. Karma is a reward system that tracks and gives points for everything you do in the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Burning tokens, staking, adding liquidity, buying land in the metaverse, and more. The more you engage, the more you earn. But here's why this matters. It boosts demand. The more people participate, the more Shiba Inu gets burned, staked, and locked up, reducing supply. And when supply drops while demand stays strong, that's when prices can move up. Right now, Karma is in testing, but once it goes live on the main Shibarium network, it could take things to the next level. More activity, more burns, more demand, and if history tells us anything, that's exactly what sparks a rally. Speaking of more activity, BlackRock just dropped something massive. They just bought millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Yeah, they're buying the dip. While the market hesitates, the biggest asset manager in the world is stacking up. And when giants like BlackRock start loading up on crypto, you already know what that means. Big money sees something coming. They don't make random moves. They prepare before the market catches on. And here's where it gets even more interesting. We've just seen Shiba Inu whales quietly accumulating too. Less movement, but more inflows than outflows. It's almost like they're following the same playbook, grabbing what they can while prices are still low. And if history has taught us anything, whale accumulation usually comes before a big move. BlackRock is diving into crypto, Shiba Inu whales are stacking up, and the pieces are falling into place. If demand keeps climbing and supply keeps tightening, we could be looking at something huge for Shiba Inu's price. And here's even more. One analyst on Twitter just revealed something massive. A whale went ahead and bought over $11 million worth of Ethereum. Yep, that's a huge purchase. And it's part of a bigger trend of whales accumulating Ethereum at a record pace. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that's Ethereum. How does this relate to Shiba Inu? Well, when you see whales loading up on Ethereum like this, it's usually a sign that the market's about to get a lot more active. And when the big money starts getting into crypto, it typically has a ripple effect on the entire market, including altcoins like Shiba Inu. What does that mean for Shiba Inu? Well, with more big players entering the space and pumping liquidity into the market, we could see stronger demand for Shiba Inu as well. Remember, as whales continue to accumulate Ethereum, they're also looking for other opportunities, especially if they're eyeing potential gains in projects like Shiba Inu. So, when you connect the dots, Ethereum whales are buying heavily, crypto is heating up, and that could mean Shiba Inu might be in for some serious upward momentum. And here's something that could solidify all of this. Something straight from the Shiba Inu team itself. Shiba Inu's official marketing lead, Lucy, just made a big announcement. She posted on X, declaring that Shibarium's golden age has arrived. Sounds bold, right? But there's real weight behind it. She shared a post from Shibarium Updates, an account connected to the team, and the message was clear. Shibarium is stepping into its most important phase yet. Lucy's message? Hold strong. Don't let yourself get shaken out. And she's not saying this for no reason. The Shibarium team compared this moment to key turning points in history, like the Gilded Age, a time of rapid progress and transformation. And that's exactly where Shibarium is right now. It's no longer just a new experiment. It's maturing, building real infrastructure and real-world value. So think about it. Blackrock is stacking Bitcoin. Shiba Inu whales are accumulating, and now the Shiba Inu team is making it clear that big things are coming. The ecosystem is growing, and when the foundation gets stronger, the price usually follows. This could be the moment where everything starts shifting, where Shiba Inu moves from potential to undeniable success. And if you're still thinking about that recent price slump, here's some food for thought. One analyst pointed out that while Shiba Inu has been crashing rapidly, the good news is that the ecosystem updates could be the key to a big rebound. It's all about the support from Shiba Inu's investors right now. Shiba Inu is at a point where it needs a combination of factors, and those updates, like the Karma system and Shibarium's golden age, could be exactly what it needs to flip the script. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Despite the price drop, Shiba Inu's burn metric has skyrocketed by over 12,000% in just the last 2 days. That means the ecosystem is actively reducing the supply of Shiba Inu, which is a huge positive for the long-term health of the project. Yet, despite this massive reduction in supply, the price hasn't reacted the way you might expect. But that doesn't mean the move won't come soon. When you combine updates like Shibarium maturing, whales quietly accumulating, and the deflationary pressure increasing, it's clear that the groundwork is being laid for a serious rebound. The real power of Shiba Inu lies in its ecosystem. And as that ecosystem keeps expanding with new features and growing engagement, the price is bound to follow suit. It might take a little time, but this could be the calm before the storm. If the trend reverses and everything falls into place, we could see Shiba Inu make some serious gains. And also, when you look at the long-term picture, Shiba Inu is actually in a strong position. Just like Lucy, the Shiba Inu lead marketer, said in her tweet, "The strongest ecosystems aren't built during bull runs. They're forged in the bear." She nailed it. While everyone was freaking out during the market dip, Shiba Inu has been quietly preparing for what's ahead. It's not fading away or losing momentum. It's actually getting stronger behind the scenes. And if you think about how much the Shiba Inu community has already survived, it's clear that the foundation is solid. Now, with all the moves happening in the market, whales accumulating, major players like Blackrock stepping in, and Shiba Inu's ecosystem growing, Shiba Inu is gearing up for the next big leg. It's not just about surviving the bear market. It's about thriving when the bulls return. When the market turns, Shiba Inu will already be positioned perfectly to capitalize on it. And that could mean big things for the price. So yeah, things are looking pretty bullish for Shiba Inu in the long run. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Shiba Inu update might make you lose money. So don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.